Hey guys, what's going on? It's me, Jaspas, your online brother, and today is probably gonna be the last time you see the Black Room Studio for a very long time. Woo! Goodbye, my friend. Goodbye, my lover. Not only that, as you can tell from the title of this video, today is probably gonna be the last deck review that I do until a super duper deck comes along, or a super special deck, or something that really means something to me comes along. Then I might do it, but until a deck that makes my kokoro go doki doki desu, until a deck like that comes along, I won't be doing any more deck reviews. And because of that, because of my outstanding growth, I feel like I need to make good on any of the promises that I may have done in the past to people who have sent cards over. So let's take a look at the cards that I've promised reviews of. Of course, this doesn't represent all the cards that I've gotten. In fact, the review pile is gigantic right now. It's a bit ridiculous. It is right on the verge of Looney Tune ridiculousness. So no more of that. Those I will use for my personal use, or sometimes in the vlogs I need a new deck of cards. I'll just take the cards out. But enough small talk, enough chitter chatter, enough glibber glabber, enough. Let's get down to the reviews. The first deck is by its team. Is the deck called Phase Playing Cards. They sent these cards to me quite a while ago, but I never had a chance to get around to opening this deck of cards. So its team, Black Swan Project, watch, I am making good on my promises. Cellophane was moderately easy to take off. Throw the cellophane. Normal, typical glossy finish box with designs on all sides. At the bottom of the box it says Phase Playing Cards, produced and distributed by its team, South Korean Seoul, and then their address. Made in the USA. If it's made in the USA, chances are it's gonna be US PCC. Let's open it up and check for ourselves. On the tabs of the box, there is one question mark and one exclamation mark. And on the playing cards, ooh, this doesn't look like crush stock. That's nice. Two jokers, one in the form of a question mark and one in the form of an exclamation mark. One itsteam.kr, their ad card for their website, and a special gift card that lets you take the 9 of hearts and shake off all the pips. Pretty cool! The cards remind me of your typical USPCC non-crush stock playing cards. Surprisingly nostalgic, because every single deck nowadays feels like USPCC's crush stock. This deck sort of differentiates itself just by being older than your typical deck of playing cards. Cards are soft and they fan perfectly out of the box, as you would expect from USPCC. Good job, USPCC! Most of the cards look like your typical USPCC cards, like so, except for the Ace of Spades, which looks like this. Pretty cool. The back design of the cards though is where these cards look slightly different from your usual deck of playing cards. Instead of a white border surrounding a thick block of color, or a white border surrounding a largely colored block of the design of the cards, this deck has actually a very heavy usage of white. Pretty cool, pretty interesting. Is this my preferred style of playing cards? Is this the aesthetic that I like in my deck of playing cards? Not really, no. The main reason why I don't enjoy this aesthetic of playing cards is because this aesthetic of playing cards, while slightly different from a normal deck of playing cards, it reminds me very much of the flourishes that normal decks of playing cards, i.e. bicycles, i.e. Aladdins, tend to use. And as a cardist myself, I like keeping up with the coolest and sickest and most stylish decks of playing cards. Just look at my t-shirt. Pretty good. But still, there is definitely value to its team's own design deck of playing cards. Let's take a look at the cards in movement. Looks really good against black. The design on the cards very visible in springs and certainly in cuts too. Hurry up, Jaspas, nobody wants another 20-minute review of a deck of playing cards. Let's move along. Block playing cards, Marble Edition playing cards. This deck of cards, I heard from the other Singapore cardists, is a limited edition version of the normal block playing cards marble edition, and the main difference is the gold foil that is hot stamped onto the box. Very nice touch. In fact, without the gold foil, I would say that this deck design, just the marble texture on the box, isn't anywhere remotely as cool as the gold version of this box. Like, look at that. Wow! So this deck of cards comes with one double backer. It comes with one alternate back design on a normal back design. You can use it for Magic. It comes with another alternate back design and one blank card like this. If we look at the faces of the cards, the Ace of Spades specifically has a marble design in the background of the Ace of Spades. Pretty cool. Whereas the rest of the deck is standard face design of playing cards. On the back design, you can see a marble texture that looks like this. No borders, no white borders going around, and because of that, it becomes pretty cool to fan. And this is what the deck looks like in a normal fan. Pretty cool. One side a bit more textured, the other side more similar to Cardistry playing cards in that there is a distinct straight line. Unfortunately though, the fact that the cards are one way back though leads to a slight problem for people that like to do fans, and that is after some usage, boom, you get a spread that looks like this. Slightly random, still usable, but at the same time not very beautiful, not very it's not quite aesthetically pleasing. Still, this is a conceptually very cool deck of playing cards, so let's check it out in movement. Let's go! Shoutouts once again to Art of Play for sending me these cards. And on the topic of Art of Play, they also sent over these Cube Line playing cards. And unlike the previous two decks, Cube Line playing cards is actually printed by Katamandi playing cards. Very nice. Open it up. I have to say that Katamandi is great at their packaging, but for some reason it is just so difficult to get right cellophane. USPCC has this problem, Katamandi has this problem. Thankfully, Art of Play and Dan and Dave, I believe, use this new cellophaning place, and that's pretty cool. It's really interesting that it's gonna take a much smaller third party to figure out cellophaning when USPCC and Katamandi are these card printing giants. So let's take a look at these Cube Line playing cards. This is what the back of the box looks like. This is what the front of the box looks like. Credits to Bass John. Bass John, of course, is the guy that designed and printed these cards. And on the other side, 3 stripes. This is the brand with 3 stripes. Adidas, please don't sue Bass John. He's very important to the Cardistry community. Adidas, please leave our friend, leave the Bass John out of it. Don't worry, Adidas. Opened it up. And as per typical Katamandi packaging, Cube Line playing cards come in a cellophane inside a box, inside cellophane. I don't understand. Feels a little bit unnecessary, feels a little bit wasteful. Let's open this up. Boom. Wow. Let's start with the ad cards. This is what the first ad card looks like. This is what the second ad card looks like. There's just a small smiley face right there. Not sure if you guys can see it. Can you see it? Yeah. Cube Line playing cards also comes with one blank card and one double backer. Pretty cool! Now, one thing very interesting about this deck of cards is that instead of using a flat black for the black cards, Bass John has chosen to go with a really super duper dark blue color. In fact, it is so dark that I think majority of the people using these cards won't be able to tell that this is actually blue and not pure black. But as a keen artist, as a keen deck designer, just looking at this, I can tell you for sure that there is more blue in this than every other color. I really like what the court cards look like. Look at that. There's something so derpy yet fun about the way the court cards are designed. Huge shoutouts to Bash John, I really like that. If we look at the Jack, Queen and King on these red cards, you'll notice that the borders, instead of being the ultra dark blue that black cards have, or black like a normal deck of playing cards, it actually uses red borders. Really, really cool. Now this is what the backs of the cards look like. Very geometric looking, very simple back design. In fact, this back design is so simple and geometric, I am pretty sure Kevlar Memes probably made a meme about this deck. Also, because this deck of playing cards is printed by Kata Mandi as opposed to USPCC, the texture of the stock in which the cards are printed on is very different from what you may be used to if you have only used USPCC playing cards before. That being said, I really enjoy the challenge of learning a new deck of playing cards and its attributes. I really enjoy discovering new feelings and new experiences in the form of the stock of playing cards. So this choice of using Kata Mandi as opposed to USPCC, let's take a look at what these cards look like in movement. Oh wow, look at that. Because of the way the cards look when they are in movement, it almost makes these 7 points on the card, these 7 intersections, so to speak, become very, very visible. Look at that. That's interesting. And also because of the way the patterns are alternated, horizontally, diagonally, horizontally, then diagonally again. In movements like a slicing waterfall, the cards look really, really interesting. It feels like so much is happening even though the movement is very simple. Oh wow, look at that. Really, really interesting stuff. When I first opened this deck of playing cards up, I thought that because of the thickness of the lines, the movement would cause the cards to look not very nice, not distinct. But it seems like the lines are exactly thick enough for there to be some interesting interactions between the cardistry, the movement of the cards, and the deck design. Pretty good. Alright, so on to the last deck of playing cards. Oh, this deck sent over to me by Pinson. Chances are if you are on social media, you already know what this deck of cards looks like. But if you are here, I'm sure that you want to know my opinion of this deck of playing cards. So let's check it out. Oh no, Pinson! Oh no! I thought we were down to our last deck of playing cards, but we still have 2 more decks to go. Let's go! Let's go, Pinson! First up, we have the deck of big boy playing cards, this time with a beautiful Tiffany and red. Damn you USPCC and your terrible cellophane. On the back of the box is the typical big boy deck design with a super small picture of what the back design looks like, and on the front of the cards, a slightly bigger variant of what the back design looks like. On the side of it, it says Big Boy Supreme Quality made in USA, and on the other side, playing cards number 2, like version 2, you know? Let's open these cards up. The first card is an orange ad card, really nice orange, looks super good. Next up, there is a self-portrait of Pinson himself, very nice. And finally, the 2 jokers. Pretty cute. These cards are probably crush stock, and the deck is fully customized. This is what the Ace of Spades looks like, 2 of Spades, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, Jack, Queen, and King. The indices of this deck are super large, and you will be able to spot your cards from very far away, even if you have very bad eyesight. Maybe Pinson was designing these faces for people with bad eyesight. Please go through this. This is what the Jack looks like, Queen, and King. Now, where the big boy playing cards really shine is on the back of the cards. Look at that. Looks simple, right? But this deck is super well designed. Check out what the cards look like in movement. First up, let's take a look at what these cards look like in a fan. Wow, just look at that. Really, really cool. On the other side, on a blank fan, on a reverse fan, similar but different. These cards look great in spins, and they look great in very dense packets. While the deck design itself doesn't really promote being able to differentiate packets very easily, despite that, these cards look great even when your packets are clumped together like this. I think one of the reasons why these cards look so good in movement is because of the Tiffany here and the cherry red that is here. The colors just work very well together. They contrast, ooh, nice. They contrast exquisitely, beautifully. And these contrasting colors in the way that they have been positioned really makes the cards look special in movement. And finally, the last deck of playing cards. These cards are the Superfly Spitfire Edition playing cards. Look at this. Just look at this zebra-like thumbprint looking deck design. I love it. Let's open these up. This is what the backs and the front of the deck design looks like. On the side it says Superfly. Superfly on the other side as well. If you look at the seal, the sticker, the deck has a very cohesive visual language to it. Very nice. Also, once again, Pinson has chosen to use this Tiffany color in his deck design. Really nice. I like this color as much as he does probably. If you look at the ad cards, the first one says Superfly like this. The second one says Superfly slightly differently like this. And if we look at the other two ad cards, one of them is this really cool Superfly card. I really like these cards that he puts into each of his decks. It looks so good, so good. And finally, an ad card for Gemini featuring that thumbprint-like design, the Gemini logo designed by Thomas Pinson, and his signature right there. Let's take a look at what the Ace of Spades looks like. It looks like this. Once again, the thumbprint looking texture on the Ace of Spades itself. And then there is the word Superfly with the beautiful Tiffany color. On each of the other face cards, a pip has been replaced with that texture, the thumbprint texture. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and this visual language continues for the rest of the cards. The Jack of Spades over here has been a recoloring of the standard Jack of Spades with slight modifications like this small Superfly text that he puts right up here. Also, it features yellow and Tiffany. It looks really good. While the black cards have maintained their black color, the red cards have actually switched over to the Tiffany color. Beautiful. So beautiful. Muy lindo. 6 of diamonds, 7, 8, 9, 10, and this similar visual language carries on for the rest of the deck. On the back's design though, I want to call your attention to the fact that if you look very closely at the back and pay attention to the way the green texture is moving across the cards, it has absolutely no relationship with the thumbprint looking texture that is on the forefront of the cards. What does this mean? What significance does the green movement have? Well, I am proud to say I have no idea. Once again, the Superfly logo is going vertically like this, and the card looks good. Let's take a look at the card in movement. Let's go! Alright, so let's take a look at the cards in a fan. Because the cards don't have a clear defined border, it's not like an entire block going down the side, it is textures going down the side. Because of that, the fan itself looks really different from what you would expect a normal fan of a deck of cards to look like. Normally, in a fan, you'll be able to see where every individual card is, but because these cards don't have that feature of a solid color on the edges of the design, it becomes much harder to tell where each card is. It's a pretty interesting side effect of using this textured background. Taking a look at the cards in spins, boom 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 boom. A bit less interesting than what the big boy number 2s look like, but still, the yellow bars give some visual interest to what the cards look like when they spin. In a spring, if you can get the yellow parts of the card to line up vertically, you get a very nice yellow line that goes down your entire spring. However, if you don't pursue that yellow line, the cards look a bit messy in springs. In movement, because of the thickness of the black lines on the cards, it actually doesn't look bad when the cards are being moved at high speeds. In fact, there's a weird look to the cards when the cards are moving because these black lines are so random. Alright guys, so that's it. That's the final deck review and the last time that you will catch me in this Black Room studio for a very long time. That was a look at the phase playing cards, cube line playing cards, block playing cards, marble editions, Big Boys number 2 and Superfly Spitfire editions. Gotta get a thumbnail shot. I know this video has been going real quick, but before we go, let's slow down the tempo of the video by quite a bit. Since the vlog part of the channel began about a year and a half ago, this vlog channel has gone through a lot of different iterations of it. We first began with like a non-cardistry based vlog, then we moved on to adding a little bit of cardistry, then it became about my friends in the cardistry circle and our interactions, and then we brought in interns and we said bye to interns, and then we covered big events like Cardistry Con and Cardvolution's anniversary. And I think I've reached a point, and perhaps you guys as well have reached a point where you don't really want to see deck reviews. At first, yes, it was fun to make, it was easy to make, it was just mindless entertainment, but I think it is time for us to say goodbye to that. So starting tomorrow, we will be moving the vlog in a new direction again, and my vision for the new aesthetic and the new look for the vlog is kind of challenging to produce. Therefore, there's probably gonna be some sort of a learning curve of the production and the editing side of this new look for the vlog, but I hope you guys will enjoy this new look at the vlog. Here's goodbye to 1 gazillion different deck reviews. Here's goodbye to this black wall, and here's hello to a new chapter. Thank you guys very much for watching. I'm your online brother. That part's not changing. That part's not changing. Your online brother is still your online brother, Jaspas Deck. And I'll talk to you guys probably tomorrow. Bye bye.